大家好，欢迎回来。Today we're going to talk about the last part of the lyrics of the famous Chinese song 但愿人长久. If you haven't watched the first and the second video of the explanation of the lyrics, please check the videos above. And if you haven't even listened to the song, please check the video here. Okay, in the previous videos, we have talked quite some lines of the poem. Let's review them together. 明月几时有？把酒问青天。不知天上宫阙，今夕是何年？我欲乘风归去，又恐琼楼玉宇，高处不胜寒。Okay, so today we are going to tackle the following lines. First, 起舞弄清影，何似在人间？起舞弄清影。起舞 means rise to dance. For example, 大家随着音乐起舞。大家随着音乐起舞。弄 means play, but usually used in the classical Chinese. 清 means clear, very light, almost transparent. For example, 水很清，水很清。影 means shadow. But since in modern Chinese we tend to use words of multisyllables, which means more than one character. So when we just want to say shadow in modern Chinese, we say 影子，影子。Which is the same way as many other Chinese words are formed, such as 杯子，杯子，桌子，桌子，椅子，椅子。They all end with this character 子。I think you will find more in the future if you pay attention to it. 何似在人间？何似 How could it be like? Okay, this is a word usually used in classical Chinese. 在人间 means in the earthly world or in the human world. 在 means in something, it's a preposition. 人 people or human. 间 means room or space, depends on the context. 人间 is a fixed word, means human world or earthly world. These two lines are very poetic, so in order not to cause too much confusion, I'll just stop here. Next lines. 转诸葛，低绮户，照无眠. Okay, so the moonlight passes the Cinnabar Red Tower and it goes down to the beautifully carved windows. And it finally stays on the sleepless one. So who is the sleepless one here? Yes, the poet. At the time, he hadn't met his brother for almost 7 years, which was really a long time, especially in an era where there were no phone calls, no video chats, obviously, and which was really difficult for him. He missed him so much, especially at the night of 中秋节, which was meant for the family reunion. These lines are very poetic, with names of parts of the ancient buildings, like 诸葛, so the Cinnabar Red Tower. Okay, so the typical ancient Chinese building. 绮户, 绮户, the carved windows. Okay, in the song, if you pay attention, you might hear that the singer doesn't pronounce 起户 as 起户. In fact, she pronounced it as 以户. Okay, according to scholars, this is considered mispronounced. Okay, let's move on. 无眠 means sleepless. We still use this word in modern Chinese, but usually in a very poetic and literary way. But of course, in some context, you might still use it to enrich your Chinese speaking. For example, if you finally meet some very close friends after a long time and you are drinking, you are chatting all night long without feeling sleepy, you might say 今夜无眠今夜无眠今夜 tonight 无眠 sleepless. It's a sleepless night. Let's move on. 不应有恨何事长向别时圆 So the poet wonders, the moon shouldn't bear any ill will to me, but why it's always bright and round when I suffer from missing someone that I love so much. Here the poet treats the moon as a human being with emotions, even though in reality this situation has nothing to do with the moon, simply because the poet suffers too much from being separated from his beloved brother. From the linguistic point of view, these two lines are quite different from modern Chinese, so I simply skip them. Finally, let's talk about the last part, and also the most famous part of the poem. 人有悲欢离合，月有阴晴圆缺，此事古难全。 So people have sorrow and joy. They wave goodbye and they get together again. Just like in the sky, the moon turns bright and dim. It waxes and wanes. Nothing has been perfect since ancient times. 但愿人长久，千里共婵娟。 So what can we do? We can only hope that life is long enough. In this way, we can at least share the beautiful moon, even though we are far away from each other. These lines are so beautifully written and so comforting for those who have their loved ones far from them. Just as the poet wrote, our life has never been always ideal. Just as in the sky, the moon has never been always round and bright. But at least we can connect with our loved ones through the beautiful moon in the sky, even though we are far away from each other. Do you know, 1 year after the poet wrote the poem, he finally met his brother after almost 8 years of separation. Of course, they enjoyed a lot being together, but they said goodbye again, and then they never met for the rest of their life. So I really hope that we can all cherish and enjoy more the time we spend with our loved ones. After all, life is not really long, as sometimes we suppose. Even though these lines are written in very poetic, classical Chinese almost 1,000 years ago, we still quote them directly to express our feelings and express our wishes to others. Here I'll only mention one word, that is 婵娟. 婵娟. It's an ancient way to say the beautiful moon. Okay, that's all about the lyrics. I really hope you have enjoyed learning the lyrics, and I also hope this famous Chinese song can give you some comfort when you miss someone far away. After all, we all share the same beautiful moon in the sky, no matter where we are. 但愿人长久，千里共婵娟。大家保重身体，很快再见。